once it's live.
Click the video and then click
the video. Sorry, what? You got it.
Seattle. My name is Amelia Markworth. I am the city leader for Founders Live Seattle. I am so excited to be here with you today. We're coming in live from the Collective in South Lake Union. Nick, say hi, everyone.
What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
Good to see you. Yay.
Good. Are we good, everyone? We are in the studio, and we have a couple cameras going here, so we'll get that figured out soon. But I hope you are doing well tonight. I'm so glad to be back in Seattle, and here we are. Let's make sure that we have everything set. Hey, everyone! Welcome to Founders Live Seattle. We are testing out some hybrid models of this event, and I'm so excited to be here. Julia.
Yes. What? I'm just like you, man. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited that you're here in Seattle. I'm here on the stage of Founders Live finally after how many years?
So many
I finally made it to the stage.
So many years. So we are here tonight. We're going to hear from a number of different startups. We're going to hear from sponsors and partners, but first and foremost, we are being blessed with Julia Freeland's presence, as well as we're going to talk about her new book. And this book is amazing.
Thank you.
Take your shoes off first. And what brought you to this point in your journey?
Sure. Let's see here. Started off long ago, and yeah, we're not going to go that far back. I got really interested and curious about what it took to help people make it through change a lot faster and easier, because I had had a few experiences of my own which shocked my system in such a way that I had to figure out that even though I was somebody who professed to love change, in fact, I have reinvented my career 6 times by the time I was 36, and I keep on doing it. Even though I loved change, it was something that I discovered after getting fired from a job that I loved, that I really was not prepared for the kind of change that our world is handing us today. And that led me down the path of starting a company called Revolve You, which helps people. Originally, I was focused on helping moms relaunch their careers after taking time to be with kids, because it's an audience that's near and dear to my heart. But I changed my focus because there were so many people that were saying, hey, everybody needs this. We all need help learning how to let go of these old identities of who we've been and the old situations that we've been in, and really learning to embrace what's new and what's possible for our lives. And so that took me down this whole path of developing a framework called the Breakthrough Compass, which is aimed at helping people understand how to harness their human nature and be able to evolve faster, like evolve at the speed of the world that we're living in.
What influenced you, or like what was the breaking point to actually write a book? It's like you can put on courses, you can work with clients, but what pushed it over the edge to say this actually needs to be a book?
Well, I've been working on a book for a couple of years now. Actually, Take Your Shoes Off First. This book is not the book that I've been working on for years. The framework, the skeleton that lays underneath the story, the Take Your Shoes Off First is a parable, a business parable, very easily read within less than about an hour. And but the reason the book, I believe, resonates so deeply with people is because the framework that I've been working on, which is all about this natural process that humans go through to evolve to the next version of who they need to be, is founded in our human nature. So everyone who reads it, it feels natural to them. But in everybody who reads it also has a different takeaway to it. So for me, the reason how I got to the writing this particular book is that a lot of people had come to me, people I had coached, people I had worked with, consulted for, and said, this one idea of take your shoes off first, that was the one thing that like really, really struck people. I had clients come in and tell me that they would interview and tell people as they were interviewing about this concept, and like the people would hear it and they'd be like, I want to put that on our wall. So this idea of what does it mean to take your shoes off first became a very powerful concept, and one that I thought was a really easy way to introduce the work that I've been doing.
Yeah.
So what did it mean to you?
Ooh, there you go. I read the book and it was very powerful, and it helps you through the stories and parables. It helps one that's reading it, I don't know, kind of like pull themselves out of their own, perspective. And so it's 8 different small stories, but it's the same character. And so there's 8 different scenarios, and through the experience, you start to, I don't know, I think you did a really good job of creating something where people can see lessons without getting so defensive on themselves. And so as I read it, I'm like, oh my God, like that it's so like this little 5-minute little story pulled so much obviousness out of my life. Like, oh, that's what I'm doing, or oh my gosh, we're all prone to, seeing the world in our own shoes and actually not taking off our shoes and be able to see different perspectives. So I think that really helped. I think I said this when we were emailing, but no, look, I was actually reading it on a plane, and I was like tearing up at some point because it was like, so, I don't know, it was hitting me. And, I think it just pulled out emotion. And the reason why is because we get in our own way.
Yes.
And so what you're trying to do is bring stories to people that help them see a unique perspective that's not of their filter. It's like about someone else, but they can then see their stories associated. So I don't know, that's what I felt. And it was very touching. I really enjoyed it. For you, you've probably received a lot of feedback, which is great. Off the top of your head, what kind of stands out to you of people that have reached out and said, hey, that's me, or I see me, or this is awesome? Just share a little bit of the feedback that you've received from people that have read your book.
Yeah. So what I find most fascinating about the book is that it's, the principle behind it is that our vision, or what we see, is very defined by our beliefs and our experiences. And so when we go and we try to look at another person and try to empathize with another person, the whole concept of take your shoes off first is about knowing how that your own beliefs and your own understandings, your perspective, it shifts what you see. It actually will shift what you hear and what you're capable of seeing. Like, our brains are crazy, tricky beasts that like completely throw us for a loop all the time. And it's very fitting and I think very suitable that when people read the book, they get a lot of different things out of it. And so I would say the primary things that people get out of it is typically around relationships. And it's around understanding. I can't even tell you how many times I've had people say, call me like mid-bit going, wow, you're really making me rethink how I handled something. And that's a big goal of mine, is to get people to take a moment to pause and think, whoa, maybe my certainty that was turning out the way, their intention behind their action, maybe it's not actually that. Maybe that I'm blind to something, maybe I'm missing something. But I think that people see that it's about communication, it's about empathy, it's about relationships. But I think on a much higher and bigger level, the intention behind it is really realizing how easy it is for you to fall under the spell of your own understanding of the world, and how limiting that can be, which I believe that's what you and I were talking about, that your own perspective of life can be very limiting on what you choose to do, how you choose to engage with the world. And that was my own personal experience, was understanding the impact that my beliefs had on certain very big events in my life, and how it actually, I felt like I learned that I was the one being the fool. I was the one that was causing more problems than I ever could have imagined. And I want to try to help save other people from walking into the same future, that same situation.
Yeah.
It is not fun when you realize that you've caused unintentional harm or pain to others, or to even a relationship, or to a situation at work, and you were completely blind to it.
Yeah, it's in just a short read. It's like an hour and a half, depending on how fast you read, and yet it's so powerful in that short time. Just really experiencing that and kind of internalizing it. Talk to us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey, and I guess where I want to, maybe I'll just fast forward to, where do you want to go with this? So, what sort of products, what sort of company and impact do you want to have going forward? Because this feels like just kind of the first of some things.
It is the first of some things. So I have a year-long leadership program that I'm pushing out in January, and it's something that's designed for levels. I'm toying with the idea of doing a couple of different levels, but it's all about, how do you empower people to feel like they're better prepared to break through, to really be more innovative, be more collaborative, be more, feel more like just at peace in all the uncertainty of our world. It's about really digging into understanding what needs to happen to make you, if you're the leader going through it, feel more empowered to handle all of the disruption and the change of our world today. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is really going and doing more coaching and speaking, and I have more books coming out. So I'm excited about speaking about those books. And as far as entrepreneurs go, I mean, yes, I've had quite the journey, and we're always evolving, and I'm definitely evolving. I think I'm on iteration number 3, and feel like finally I'm finding my runway. It's finally going. And what's interesting about this book is I've had an opportunity to work with some co-founders, because the story is about co-founders. And I've worked with some co-founders and done some workshops with them, and got them within a few minutes of talking to start realizing that each co-founder was holding different understandings of what goals were for the company, because not that they hadn't had the conversation and felt like, yes, we agreed that blue is blue, but it's more that blue looked like a different color to one and then it did to another. And it was digging. This is the real point of all this, is realizing that our conversations need to get to a deeper level. One where we go to the level of realizing that we have beliefs that we were brought up with. And if we don't take a moment to challenge what those beliefs are, what those hidden code within all of us, and how that shapes who we are, if we don't take a moment to really uncover that, we all run the risk of misunderstanding each other, and of running an old script or an old program that will end up causing us problems, as we go down the path of the future.
So true. co-founders, it's a relationship too. And, I think that this book, I would encourage any entrepreneurs and a founding team, just read it, like individually read it and then start talking about it. And I love how you mentioned that, how having a founding team more clearly understand, the way they see the world, and then also like what are we seeing together, as a unified team? Are we looking at the same color? Is this how do we call it the same thing?
Yeah.
Those sort of things, right? So it's a book that, of course, there's relationships rooted in there, but it feels like it heightens people's awareness of their perspectives on not only their life but the world. And a founding team will really benefit by reading this and then starting to talk about it.
Yes, it's you're constantly reaching and breaking past a boundary that nobody's ever been there before. It's so very critical when we're using old terms, old language to define a new idea. One person might completely understand that in a different way than another. And when you come together, if you're building your company on the platform, if you're building a company, you feel like it's rock solid, but you start realizing there's some cracks in there because there's some misunderstandings of like what some of that foundational ideas are, or maybe kind of like the core vision within inside one person is very different than the core vision of another, and you thought you were on board. It can make a really big difference. Or if one person's more focused on the future, and one person like risk tolerance, there's all kinds of things that can evolve when you start asking the right questions that really get to the heart of what's kind of like the inside driver of people.
Yeah. What else are you looking to bring to the market? And who do you really want to work with? So who would be your clients and or end customers at some point of the products and services that you're building out?
Well, I'm looking for small businesses and mid-sized businesses, co-founders. I could, any of those. And really, I've been looking to launch the program specifically around how do you help people tap into their evolutionary skills. This book is just the beginning. It's an introduction to a framework that's a very powerful framework, which enables people to approach work, personal relationships, their own vision for their own life with a much more open mindset, one where we're empowered to show up and let hope drive rather than let fear drive. We're in a situation where we're going to be more open to new ideas, and I know that entrepreneurs in general tend to kind of run this script already. But it's very possible that many of your employees are not used to this. They are not as open-minded, not as used to change, not open to embracing new ideas as quickly as potentially you are as the owner. And I think there can be working with owners and employees to help them connect more and really see the perspective of each other. So there's a lot of different ways that I feel like this book can help, and the work that I do coaching people to help them feel like they're more empowered to adapt to the environment they're in quicker.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So personally, an experience you personally, describe the experience of writing a book. I'm every podcast guest or guest that we have here, that are starting to, write these books. I always ask because, I think it's intriguing for people. I think that there's actually probably more people out there that maybe want to write a book, and you just don't know how or what sort of process do you take. So what was this experience like for you, and what maybe the steps in general that you took to actually get this published and out in the public?
I could run an entire session on this.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
Cliff notes.
How much time do we have?
Cliff notes.
So as I mentioned, I've been working on a much bigger book around my framework and how to help people feel more empowered to thrive in this changing world we're in. that book, because I can't even tell you guys how many times I have rewritten that book. And actually, my first book I wrote was around moms, helping moms relaunch. It was another parable, but a much longer version. I have another book I've written, so this is, honestly, you guys, this is like my fourth book that I've written. So but it's the first one that I have published. And so if you're in a situation or you have any curiosity about writing a book, the one thing I would say is start writing a lot. You'd just be appalled if you saw how much handwriting I have all over everything. I write all the time, every day. And I think that the process of writing this particular book, it just kind of actually happened in an epiphany when I was getting writer's block with my other book. I decided to take a chance. I've always loved parables. And I'm a big believer that the right ideas will come out and flow through you at the time that they need to be heard. And so I took a moment and I said, I really like parables. And I thought, okay, I'm going to start writing this one. And this one actually flowed out of me so fast. It was crazy.
Wow.
Because I think, but it's like all this other preparation had been inside my head for so long. And so it was quite easy to finally just like pull a release valve and go like, yeah, I'm just going to go down this path for fun.
But was that like, a weekend of just writing on a Google Doc? Was it months and months of like adding to that doc? Like what, I'm really asking for the people that at some point they have the idea in their mind, but they got to get it into words, got to get it into a document, and then obviously into an editing process and a publishing process.
Yeah, so once I had the script written, and actually, it's crazy to think about it, but this particular book, I wrote the story in 2 solid days. I basically went like crazy, Jackson Pollock, going crazy. I wrote it solid, and then I had to take it, and my first thing was to go and give it to some people and say like, okay, is anybody crazy enough to read this story? And then eventually somebody read it and they said, it's great. First person to read it was my cousin. And I thought that was like, I'm like, oh, you're just blowing a bunch of smoke. And then eventually I gave it over. I decided to go the complete opposite end and have somebody who I didn't know, who I highly respected, who was an author of several books I had read, ask them to read it to see like, okay, is there any merit in pursuing this? And he wrote the most glowing review ever for me and made me cry. And I thought, okay, this is the book that's meant to be born today. And so then I pursued the whole route of, I didn't even bother with getting a traditional publisher, because traditional publishing takes, did you know this? It takes about 18 months to 2 years to actually, from the point of you starting to submit your script to things. It's insane.
Yeah.
So this one, I got published in like a couple of months. So it was much faster, and then I can get it out to everybody. So highly recommend self-publishing.
Such a process. Yes. We have a question from the audience, and want to encourage you all to ask a question real quick. We don't have too much time left, but there's a question that is, what is the hardest part of coaching teams or individuals around this specific topic? What would you say? There's probably a lot of things out there, but what is maybe something that pops out that seems to be a difficult kind of aspect of coaching individuals or teams?
Good question. Thanks for the question. Honestly, the most difficult thing about coaching people around this idea is getting people to understand how important it is. It is not hard to coach people around this idea. Once we get into it, there's an unbelievable amount of ahas that happen. But the concept and idea that we need to adapt faster, or to understand that we are all stuck in a loop of feeling very certain about our ideas, this desire that we want to be right about what we're doing. And most of us are out there thinking that we're doing the right thing and that we're actually really smart and they're really good and we're on top of it. And we a lot of us, especially entrepreneurs, we say we love change. Like, that's definitely my MO. But I'm here to tell you that it is crazy how tricky your brain can be and how easy it is to get fooled by it. how easy it is for your fight or flight responses to narrow your mind so much so that you have no idea that there's stuff outside of your vision that you cannot see. And so I would say that it's not hard at all to coach people. It's hard to convince people that this is something that is really important, and just how much, once you focus in on understanding how to calm your defenses and harness your human nature, how much it can impact your life for the better.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Okay, so where can people find the book? Where would you suggest that they go to grab your book and maybe some other information from yourself as well?
So you can find my book just through revolveu.com. Is the REVOLVEYOU.com is my website, and you can find my book at Barnes & Noble and at Amazon.com. It is officially on Audible and like the cheapest price ever. It's like less than your fancy coffee. I don't have no control over that cost. It's very interesting, but I highly recommend you get the paperback version too, because I have definitely heard people say that they take notes all over the book and they've read it. I have so many people who have told me they've read it multiple times already. I was listening to it in the shower just the other day and I got tears, and I'm like, I'm crying from my own like takeaways, because it's the one thing to leave with is just to say, I write these books not because I have everything figured out. I write these books and I create this framework because it's something that I use every single day to be able to get myself through my own hurdles. So it's something I use myself. I do eat my own dog food.
Good. Well, Julia, it's been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and we have a small group here in the studio, and we're really excited to be here. So
Bye, everybody.
thank you, Julia, so much, and make sure you go grab the book. I'm telling you from my own perspective, it's great. Might bring tears to your eyes, but that's why she wrote it. So we're really excited. And before we move on, I want to take this moment, and hopefully we can get some slides going here, but I want to share with you all that it is a very, very important time in the calendar schedule of Founders Live. So if we can forward on the slides, I'm going to talk about Founders Live Primetime, all right? And if all you are out there and you are wondering, hey, what is this Primetime thing? Well, Founders Live Primetime is our global competition series that are from our winners from all of our cities. We're so excited about this, and more importantly, we have a Seattle founder that is in Founders Live Primetime.
Woo!
We're so excited about it.
Represent Seattle.
Now, I want to show Primetime. You'll see on the screen there, North America is the first event of 6 events that are coming down the line. We have North America, we have Latin America, then we have the APAC, the Asia Pacific event. We have Africa, that'll happen on November 3rd, and then November 10th, there's the wild card weekend. But I want to talk about, as you see, North America, and we have Our Threat, and we have Danny from Our Threat, who won about a year ago almost.
Yeah, exactly a year ago. It was at the September 2020 that I met her there. SU alum, shout out.
Yeah, and hey, I want all of us to show up. We want Seattle to show up for that event. It's live streamed, it's online, and we are gonna help Our Threat go to Live Fest. So the winners of all these events, each winner goes on to the final event on December 1st. So I'm asking you all, Seattle, let's get behind Our Threat. Look at you all, and we're gonna get everyone there. And so that is live streamed at 5 p.m. Wednesday, October 13th.
Yes,
so mark it on your calendar. So excited about it.
I will be hosting. I will be representing all of North America, even though Seattle's always my favorite. Don't tell Boston. But I really want Our Threat to win. So come out, vote, get your RSVPs in. It's going to be such a good time.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, so here we are. And you know, everyone, so this is funny. So we're gonna move on there with the slides, but I just want to share with everyone, and you know, Amelia's here. You all know the backstory. As I started Founders Live, was the city leader for 6 years plus, and then brought Amelia on, and you've done such a good job. And this is our first time actually this is crazy. This is our first time being in person together at an event as she is now the city leader, and it's just so good to see you.
It was exactly 1 year ago today that I broadcast into my living room to announce that I was taking over as the city leader for Founders Live. And what an awesome year. I mean, for me and for Founders Live, the world's been on fire. It's okay.
Tough.
But it's so awesome that it's been an entire year, and look at us now. We got at least us in person. This is the first time that Nick and I have been in the same room in years. But it doesn't even feel like that because the Founders Live community is so vibrant. Like, I just have been so impressed by everyone's ability to tap in and make it work. I mean, we're innovators. What else would we do? But it really has been, kind of the highlight of my last year. So I just am so grateful for you for launching this and getting this awesome community started. We have some great startups for you today, but we can't do this alone. We have an incredible group of supporters and sponsors who make this all possible. So I know that we want to hear from them, give them some shout outs.
So I'm gonna step aside. I'm gonna have Amelia take the stage. I will step back and we will hear from our sponsors. We're really excited about that, and then we'll get to the pitch competition. So Amelia, take it away, and then let's pull up those slides real quick as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get going with our sponsors here today. We have such an incredible group of supporters behind us. Founders Live really is such a community, and that's one of the reasons why I have showed up. I stepped up to lead. It was probably 4 years ago that I took over, that I first attended Founders Live before taking over. So it was not that long ago. I was sitting exactly where you guys are, except we were in a room packed full of people and not in our own homes. But this is awesome too. So first up, we are going to hear from one of our supporters here. Let's see. We have up first.
We're bringing up.
Hey.
Nick Ellingson.
Cheers.
What's up, Nick? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Happy October's Eve.
So,
and this is a
Nick, tell us all about WTIA. WTIA, if you guys don't know, coolest group in town after Founders Live. Nick is awesome.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. I work for the Washington Technology Industry Association. So we're a nonprofit here in Washington that supports the tech industry. No longer just in Washington, but that being our focus. I run our startup program, so my job is to help startups connect the resources. As you can see my email and my signature thing there, so feel free to shoot me an email if you want to chat. Otherwise, as always, the presenter tonight, I'll get free membership, so congratulations in advance. And final plug, really excited to see Arthret. We've done a lot of work with them through our founder cohort program. So love Danny, Hugo, and the team there. So good vibes all to them. And see y'all later.
Right, who's up next?
Bill. All right, he's done.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Nick. Hey, Bill, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Is the hookup, guys?
No, it's
Oh, God damn it. Sorry.
we're just as Nick Ellingson said, it's coming up on October, which means Q4, and for the accounting and finance world, this is the perfect time to start preparing for next year and getting ready for 2022 budgets, cash flow forecasts, financial forecasts, getting everything in place so you can have a really successful end of the year here in 2021, but also have a great next year. So, what Now CFO does, we help companies in all facets of accounting and finance, whether you need bookkeeping help, whether you need a part-time CFO to help you, raise capital or to grow your company, anything you can think of, we've got people, resources who can help you out. So, we here at Now CFO, we love the startup community. We love working with companies, getting going and helping them grow. So, always excited to be a part of Founders Live.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Bill.
Yep.
That is odd. Thank you, Bill, for being here every single month. We love Now CFO. All right, guys. So we are coming in live from the Collective Seattle. You can see this amazing cup. We're a small group of us coming in from one of the coolest spots in South Lake Union. We are just crossing our fingers for the time we can get everyone back together for a big party. But huge shout out to the Collective. They are such a big supporter of our community and entrepreneurs in the Seattle ecosystem. They have a beautiful base camp. If you guys mention Founders Live, you get a free day pass to come work down here. It's an awesome restaurant. They have incredible cocktails, really date night. Every time I come down here, I see at least 2 people who I wish that I had run into sooner. So thank you to the Collective. Thank you to Alex. Really excited to get this event going back in person when we can. For the meantime, we love being able to come in person from our live broadcast studio in South Lake Union. So thank you to the Collective. Come check it out if you guys haven't already. We're just so grateful for their support. All right, our next sponsor that we're going to hear from.
Snoqualmie, we might have an issue with.
Yes, okay, so we have Takako from Snoqualmie Casino is joining us. It looks like maybe the video quality is not quite there today. That's okay. Thank you so much, Takako, for being a part of our Founders Live community. Snoqualmie Casino is doing incredible things for the entrepreneurs and startups in the area. They are such a big fan of the work that you all are doing. So check them out. They have some of the most awesome games. I know my friends were just there last weekend trying to talk me into going. So check out Snoqualmie. It's not just for the fun, it's for the entrepreneurs. Even though Founders Live, we love doing both. So thank you. Sorry about the video not working today, Takako, but I know that we'll hear from you soon. So thank you, Snoqualmie Casino. Next up, we're going to recognize Bernstein Training House, who is here, or couldn't be here today, but is usually here as a part of our community. They are your one-stop shop for startup needs. Go check them out. Hit up Troy. He is your guy for all of your A to Z startup needs. So thank you to Bernstein. Thank you for being a supporter. And Troy, I know that we'll see you soon. All right, that is the wrap up of our sponsors. Before we get to the pitches, we need to acknowledge Melissa Reeves, the Melissa Reeves of Story Fruition. She has been working one-on-one with every single one of these pitchers over the last few weeks to help them perfect their story, their pitch, their slides. Melissa generously donates her services so that every single one of the companies that come up get 2 individualized personal coaching sessions with her. So thank you to Melissa. Thank you to Story Fruition. She is doing awesome stuff. I highly recommend that you all go check her out. I know everyone who's worked with her, if you mention Melissa Reeves, they go, oh, Melissa, she's fantastic. She couldn't be here tonight, but I know that she's tuning in. We're gonna hear from her right now.
Hey, Amelia and everybody. Nick, hi. I will not be there tonight because I am headed to Chicago. I'm actually going to be a guest storyteller at a very big celebration, which is super cool, and I'm excited. I just want to say thank you to all the presenters that stepped up this month. I'm really proud of you. I think a few people learned that this 99-second pitch really does take some strategy. And they only have a very short amount of time to show you how they're going to change the world, and we've got to get a lot of information in there. So watch their slides, see that they are telling the story along with them and not upstaging them, but actually supporting their words. I'm excited for every single one. Have fun. Yes, there's one winner, but to me, you all are winning. And take this Founders Live platform and keep fueling it to help you with your capital raising. We have seen people raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, even over the $1 million mark, using these skills that they acquired during their Founders Live experience. So Good luck. Have fun. And Amelia, Nick, everyone, miss you, but I'll see you soon. Thanks.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. So good to hear from you. We are so stoked. Are you guys ready to hear these pitches? Do us a quick favor. If you have friends or colleagues you think might want to watch this, share this YouTube link. It'll work for anyone. Send it in a quick Slack message to your team. Make sure that they are ready to tune in. We are going to vote. The audience decides the winners. And the winners from the Seattle City Monthly pitches go on for the opportunity to get to prime time. So make sure you guys are showing up next month for our Seattle winner, our threat at prime time. In the meantime, like this video, make it easy for us to come back and find it. Share this out with your friends. If you are brand new to Founders Live, welcome. I know this is probably your first month. Some of you, if this is your first month, put it in the chat. We would love to welcome you to our community. Okay, are you guys ready? It is showtime. So, first up, we have Jay from let's see, Jay, are you up here? Hello, Jay. Really good to
Can you
see
hear me?
you. Welcome. Okay, so Jay,
Amelia, you are breaking up. Is it my video or your? I don't know, but
Take
you're
it
breaking up at
away,
times.
Jay. As soon as you see your pitches, as soon as you share your screen, we will go ahead and get started. So this is the order we'll be pitching in. Jay from Accelero is up first. He is going to share his screen. We're going to have 99 seconds from each company, and then 4 minutes of Q&A from the audience. So while you're watching these pitches, make sure that you're typing in your questions to the chat. We will be able to pull those on stage so that we can ask your questions to each of the pitchers. So make sure that you're watching the 99-second pitch and get your questions ready. Okay, Jay, here we go. Looks like Jay would have a little bit of trouble there. Okay, Ari from Hone.
Oh, it's actually
Glad
Chris.
you're ready. Always an entrepreneurial spirit. You're ready to jump in. Okay, Ari is from Hone Blends. Please tell us all about it. Ari, whenever you're ready, pull up your screen. Go ahead and screen share your slides, and we will let you take it away. Thanks for rolling with us, guys. This is a live broadcast. We're always innovating. So thanks for rolling with it. All right, Ari from Hone, take it away.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Is my mic coming through? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, all right, here we go. So as a teenager, I was diagnosed with ADHD and I was prescribed Adderall for focus. By the time I got to the University of Washington, I was supplementing with coffee, energy drinks, and pre-workout. I reached a boiling point and started having panic attacks from overstimulation. I needed to make a change. So I started researching natural alternatives that could give me the energy and focus that I needed to get through my day. This is how the first iteration of Hone was born. We developed a keto, paleo, calm, all-day focus and energy blend chock full of health benefits. Customers agree that it's the best tasting, most effective, natural alternative to coffee, energy drinks, pre-workout, and even Adderall. We're loved by Erewhon, the premier natural grocer on the West Coast. We're also endorsed by experts in both flavor and performance. We are riding the momentum of a large and growing functional mushroom market, and behind us we have seasoned food industry experts. We ourselves are dedicated, passionate founders, and we're asking for $300,000 for marketing, manufacturing, and product development. Thank you very much.
Do you guys have the first question ready to go? Or am I going to have them?
Yes.
Yes. You have a question? All right. Great job, Ari. Congratulations. Good job going first, even though that wasn't your initial order. So Ari, what's the big vision for Hone here?
Okay, my name is Chris, by the way. I'm the business partner that's presenting today. But yeah, so the big vision essentially is to develop focus-driven products that can replace other chemical products that people use in their daily lives. So incrementally giving people, more natural options in their daily life that can support them over the long term while also solving their immediate pain points.
Nice. So how did you originally come to this option as a solution?
So, I mean, it came through a lot of rigorous research and, testing on myself through college. I was trying nootropics, all types of different functional mushrooms, vitamins. I was supplementing myself with basically everything I could get my hands on to try to get myself off of Adderall and, kind of functioning on a more natural, healthy level.
Awesome. So we have a question in from the audience here. Hey, do you have a proven business model? How many customers do you currently have?
So currently we're running majority of our customers through direct to consumer. So I would say 90% of our company is actually done through e-commerce. We have about 400 orders per month, and that's growing 40% per month on average. So that's constantly growing. We're also doing retail, we're doing cafe sales and grocery sales.
Nice. So I feel like I've seen some of these like mushroom or natural or matcha or different kind of coffee alternatives. What really makes Hone so different from other opportunities for consumers?
So it's the flavor and the perceivable effects that you get from our product. So it's functional and it tastes good. Where most products you either get hyperfunctionality with really terrible taste, or you get a great taste and you don't get much of an effect from it. So we're actually operating right in the sweet spot where you're getting a great flavor that all of our customers love. They claim it's the best matcha that they've had, and you're also getting the best functionality that you can get from a supplement like this.
That's awesome. So we have one last question. Maybe while we're pulling that up, you can answer for us. How do we purchase this?
So the best way to purchase this is by going online to our website, which is in the link below. So if you click on our name on the Eventbrite page, it'll take you to our website, and we can ship it out to you wherever you are.
Awesome. So what's the current stage of your company? Like where are you at now, and what's up next for you?
So we're in a pre-seed funding round right now. We're essentially trying to scale our manufacturing, increase our marketing efforts, and do product development. So we're on the verge of releasing 2 new products in this next year. So we're working on a coffee play and something in the creamer industry.
Nice. I love it. Well, really excited to see everything you come up with. Congratulations, Ari. Good job jumping in. We will see you in the Kumo Space after party, right?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, we have Mike from Format. Jay is here with us. We got the bandwidth figured out. So Jay from Accelero. Hey, Jay. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I guess it was my network might have gone bad. Who knows?
We're all good. Tech happens.
We're all good.
If there's anything we've learned from the last 18 months.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead and pull up your share screen. Let's get those slides
Let
going.
me do the share screen and let me
get
know
those
what you are
pulled up.
seeing,
Go
okay?
ahead and let you take it away. Okay, Jay, take it away.
Thank you, Amelia. Hi, everyone. Please meet Jen. She is an enterprise sales director for a software product company. Her sales cycles are complex and typically require partners to win. Jen receives an RFP. Oh, it is not moving. How does it move? It's not moving. Hey, Amelia. Can you hear me? I'm not being able to move my screens.
Yes, we noticed that. We're going to pull you off, Jay. We're going to come back to you last, and we'll get this tech figured out in the meantime.
Okay.
So, Jay, thank you so much. We'll get that sorted out. Right now, we're going to have Mike from Format. Mike, go ahead and pull up your slides. Really glad you could be here. Good to see you.
Yep, good to see you. Is my audio coming through all right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
So, Mike, go ahead and screen share your slides, and we'll get those pulled up.
Working on it.
And we're getting a little bit of background feed from some audio behind you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm actually in a airport just outside of LA right now, so.
Oh man! Well, your
Nothing I can do
slides are
about
up, and we see you. So why don't you go ahead and do your pitch? And you have 99 seconds. Take it away.
Cool, thanks. So I'm working to solve two big problems. One is that there are billions of pounds of plastic flowing into the ocean. The other one is that billions of pounds of food waste flow into landfills, rot into methane, and contribute to climate change. We're working to solve that problem by diverting food waste from landfills and making it into high-performance, sustainable packaging. We have a patented structure, and we have 3 issued patents that make packaging that is lighter weight and hence lower cost than conventional packaging. It is stronger than conventional packaging, and it is insulating. And all of our packaging is either made from plants or food waste, and it's compostable. We have our over $5 million in pilot orders and grants from people like the NSF, a top 10 fast food chain, BASF, who want to help us change the world. And we've passed third-party testing. Our products turn to dirt in a compost facility in less than 20 days. We're currently, if we add another $5 million, we could begin unit profitable sales. We could unlock a $20 million loan guarantee and apply for an additional $200 million biorefinery loan guarantee. So we're currently looking for investors, customers that want to buy world-changing packaging, process and product development engineers, and please reach out to me. You can get my email at info@cormat.com. Thank you.
Great job, Mike. We hit the 99-second mark. Great work, even though it looks like we're flying in. So Mike, for Cormat, what is your go-to-market strategy?
So we make end products and we sell them. So we have a machine that fits into other people's factories. We use their machines to make our products, and then we sell them ourselves. Did that come through? Okay.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, so next question. Looks like we have some audience questions. Right now, can you expand on your market position? Why is this a better choice for customers?
Yeah, so right now, if you're looking at like standard packaging, there's either recyclable packaging, and the problem is that every time you recycle a container, the materials get degraded, they get worse, and we don't think it's going to take off. The other option is conventional compostable containers, and the problem with that is that it costs like $150 a ton to compost food waste in containers, and it's too expensive for most of the world to do. So what we do is we make containers from food waste, so we can actually pay money for food waste, divert it from landfills, and then make better performing containers. Then we can take those containers and the food waste back in. So it's this big circular picture that solves the whole problem.
Awesome. So Harry has a question. What are your competitors, and what makes your product better?
So probably the biggest competitor for us is molded fiber packaging. So if you've gone for takeout in Seattle, you get something that looks kind of like pressed newsprint. And so those are very expensive. They're not insulating. They don't withstand grease. And to get the limited grease resistance they have, they actually use a carcinogenic chemical called PFAS. So our value proposition is being lower in price, better performing, and we won't give you cancer.
Okay, awesome. We have a question from Nana. How long would it take for the packages to degrade?
20 days in a compost facility.
Okay, awesome. Let's see, we have time for just maybe one, maybe two questions. We are getting close on our 4 minutes. So, okay, Julie has a question for us. Glad to see it is biodegradable. Why isn't that highlighted on your website?
The honest answer is our website's kind of terrible. We've been very focused on getting to market. We've done pilots with flagship customers, and we're not currently actively marketing our products. But we'll be doing a website revision over the next 3 months, and we'll make sure it's highlighted. Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. Great work. Thank you, Cormac. All right, we're going to get Jay up next. Jay from Acceleron. Third time's the charm. Here we go.
I believe
Thank
so.
you guys for
I don't
rolling
know
with
what's
us.
going on.
We are always
Let me
experimenting at Founders Live. We're trying
Let
to
me
do
share.
that big thing, and sometimes it's a little messy. So, Jay,
Can you
are
see it
ready?
now?
Go ahead and screen. Perfect. It looks great. Take it away whenever you're ready.
1 second. All right. What do you guys see? Let me see if it moves. It's still not moving. I don't know how to do it.
Hey Jay, it sounds like
Now
the
it's
slides
moving.
are just not working right now. Can we have you we'll take down your slides, just do your 99-second pitch, just the words, we don't need slides, you got this. Just tell
Okay.
your story.
All right.
Tell him to look at his slide.
But make sure you're looking at your slides.
I will look at the slide and I'll talk to it. Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry. The slide, I have really taken a lot of time to really work on it, but good evening. Please meet Jen, an enterprise sales director for a software product company. Her sales cycles are complex and typically require partners to win. Jen receives an RFP for her software products. Response time 30 days. I must win this, says Jen. But how? I need implementation partners to win. With so much of manual effort and siloed data, it takes weeks to find the right partner. Enter Accelero, a cloud-based partner recommendation platform. With open APIs, tech gathers contextual data from multiple data sources, applies advanced AI and knowledge graph, and generates top partner recommendations in minutes. Jen is thrilled. With Accelero recommendations, she can now respond in time, but she can focus on additional deals for the quarter. Sales productivity is a huge market, $60 billion and growing. Accelero estimated TAM is $6 billion. Competitors primarily focus on lead gen or daily task automation. We focus on right partners for right opportunity, collated a great team of advisors and founders, friends and executive workers for years. Some of us in this team has helped build iCertis from $1 million to $3 billion. Currently building MVP with customers on board, raised 1 million, seeking 1 more million as seed. Let's partner to change the enterprise sales and channel world together. Thank you.
Great work, Jay. Congratulations. Way to stick with it. What industries do you focus on right now?
So right now we are focusing on starting based on our experience and of the team and ourselves is software industry and technology industry. So think of Microsoft, Adobe, Dell, everybody could be a great customer for us, as well as iCertis and Software AG and UiPaths of the world.
Okay, so what's your main go-to-market strategy for this current phase?
So the current phase is where, as we are building, we are acquiring more and more customers on board to shape the MVP better. And they will be we are signing up agreement that they will be a paying customer going forward. And the current process is direct sales, or at some point we will be adopting channel. Though door openings are through POCs and utilization of the product over a period of 3 months at least.
Nice. And then remember, if you have questions for Jay or any of the other presenters, make sure you put them in the comments. Jay, what do you need most from this community right now?
So, of course, we have raised $1 million, but of course, more money helps to accelerate Accelero, to be very candid. We need mentorship at the same time, and of course, how to increase the market share in terms of getting more connections, meeting more new people, to understand the pitfalls as a founder, what I should avoid in a B2B environment.
Great, thank you. Okay, what's your pricing and how does it compare to competitors?
So as you can see, our competitors are focusing slightly differently. If you compare with HubSpot, SalesLoft, Zoom Infos of the world, they are focusing on email automation or lead gen. You have a general search capability from Google's, or we are actually in co-opetition, or we'll work together with Salesforce, Dynamics, and the Azure apps and all these things. Our current pricing strategy is decided by per user per month, and we are in pretty much in the ballpark with our competitors.
That's great. Okay, last question from Andre. Hello, Andre. So how do you vouch your suppliers?
Can I get a repeat question? I couldn't understand that question very well.
Oh, how do you vouch for your suppliers?
Of course, because as you can see, it's an advanced AI and knowledge graph based solution that collects a lot of public data as well as private data. We mesh the data from both areas and then apply that to generate the recommendations. And I can vouch because I'll be first focusing on the top 10,000 software companies in the world.
That's great. Well, congratulations, Jay. Really excited to see everything else you come up with for Accelero. Way to roll with the tech today.
I thank you so
Great
much,
work.
Amelia, again. And I believe in anybody needs my deck to see or talk to me more or understand more, j@accelero.com, AI, j@accelero.ai. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Great work. Okay, next up we have Javier from HAL 9. Hello, Javier. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Let me just share my screen.
So excited to have you here. Go ahead and screen share your slides.
Right, for
Get
sure.
those pulled up.
Is that looking great?
Okay, that looks perfect. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Right, so let me show you how an artificial intelligence project works like today. Well, the reality is that AI projects don't work today. Basically, scientists and engineers are fighting over each other while the managers are very frustrated to see their projects fail. Now, the reality is that it's really not their fault. Scientists and engineers are speaking two different programming languages, and they don't have the tools to collaborate. And this is a huge problem. Actually, Gartner projects that over 80% of all AI projects are poised to fail. And on top of that, ARK Invest is projecting that this is going to become a $37 trillion opportunity in year 2037. So obviously, if we don't solve this problem, it's going to be a lot of wasted resources. So how are we fixing this? Well, at HAL 9, we're creating an integrated platform where scientists and engineers can come together. They can collaborate. They can reduce the project timelines. They can reduce cloud compute costs. And obviously, this makes managers very, very happy. Now, we're starting with smaller market. We're focusing first on web developers. And we think that we can get to 16 million in annual recurrent revenue in the next 3 years. We also have the right team to address this problem and execute on this. We actually already shipped our alpha release, and we got over 200 people to give us feedback. And currently, we're onboarding 4 different customers into our platform. Now, we're seeking $2 million to increase our runway for next year and also grow our talent pool and launch our beta release. We're super excited to talk to you, and you can find us at info@hal9.ai. Thanks.
Awesome job. Great work, Javier. Thank you so much for that great presentation. I'm really excited about what you guys got going on. What is the status of the company, or what stage are you at currently?
Yeah, for sure. So we're currently seed stage. We already have been working on this for an entire year, and we have a round with Seattle Angels. but we believe we're ready to reach out to and tap to the VC community in the Seattle area. So yeah, that's what we're working on today.
That's fantastic. So what industries do you focus on right now?
Yeah, so we're actually focusing a lot in tech and manufacturing. And honestly, it's not that we have a particular focus. Our focus actually is more related to the business size. We're focusing on medium-sized companies with revenue over, like $1 million to $10 million a year. We feel like that's our sweet spot, regardless of the actual industry that they're in.
That's awesome. And remember, if you have questions for the pitchers, please put them in the comments. All right. So we're going to have a question for me. My favorite question.
Sure.
What is the biggest barrier to success?
Yeah, honestly, like as I was mentioning, and sorry, I think I misspoke. It's not a $37 trillion opportunity. It's a $30 trillion opportunity that ARK Invest projects. So I really feel like this space is poised to grow. There's room for a lot of people to compete in this space. So I really think that our biggest challenge is execution. Like we need to make sure that we make the customers that we have happy, and we're still growing at a decent pace. But I really do believe that this is like a huge green field where a lot of companies can collaborate and grow. And I think our biggest barrier is ourselves and not being able to succeed. Yeah.
Great. So what's your big vision here? What does top success look like for you?
Yeah. So I think that's a great question. I think a lot of times in the pitches we focus on the very short term. Like how are we going to make money next month or in 2 months? And to us, like the people that we're working at HAL9, we have this longer term vision where we are trying to build kind of like Roblox for artificial intelligence. And really we see a lot of big companies automating jobs, like from call centers all the way to like self-driving trucks. And this process of automating more jobs like really ends up creating value on big companies, right? And really we have, our big vision here is to really make AI accessible to more people, such that when these jobs get automated, like the actual people that are getting profits are the people that the job is getting automated, right? So we really want to bring more people to participate in artificial intelligence. And that's kind of like our long, like 10-year dream, if everything goes as planned.
Awesome. So what do you need right now from this community? How can we help?
All right. Well, actually, I need you all guys to vote for this project, mostly because the sponsors did a great job putting great support. And specifically, we use a lot of cloud compute costs that we could use your help. But like long term, actually, we would love to get connected with the Seattle VC community. We do need to figure out how to extend our runway for next year. So that's also going to be our focus on the next 2 months.
Awesome. Great pitch, Javier. Really excited to see what HAL9 and you have in store for the Seattle market. So congratulations. Great pitch. Awesome.
No, thank you so much, and thanks for having us.
Having the audience vote for our winner at the end of this. So if you love what Javier was saying, make sure you stick around until the end to vote for him. Great work, Javier. Thank you. Okay, last but not least, we have Lorien from Pet Hub. Hello, Lorien. Please go ahead and pull up your slides if they're ready to share. If we were at home, I would pull up my rescue bulldog, whose name is Chunk. Unfortunately, he's at home in his bed. Otherwise, I would be showing him off. Lorien, please go ahead. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Meet Alicia. She is super excited to be adopting her first dog, Thor. But before she's even left the shelter, she's overwhelmed. Exercise, food, play, grooming, vet care, training, socialization. And what the heck is she supposed to do if Thor gets lost? All she knows is that she's been given this really cool ID tag and told to register it at pethub.com. So as she's building Thor's personal profile, she's given a customized pet guide just for Thor. You see, we built Pet Hub for folks like Alicia, but our first challenge was how do we get pet parents to willingly come onto our site, share their data with us so that we can help them? Well, we started in e-commerce, but we had to pivot, and now we are helping municipalities and veterinarians ditch old-fashioned license and rabies tags, and we're on track to hit 1 million pets in the spring. Our first platform application was Protect. It's built and already driving revenue, and it helps get lost pets home fast. Share will help pet parents easily connect with third-party apps and services instantly. And Nurture is all about personalized, curated content and recommendations. Our team has vast experience in software, education, the pet industry, and the animal welfare space. And we're super proud that we have built a company that is not only helping pets and pet parents, but we're also reuniting families and saving lives. At the end of, by this year, we've found over 30,000 pets and gotten them home to their families. And with your help, we'll have even more happy tales to tell. Thank you so much for letting me share Pet Hub's story with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lorien. Great pitch. What pets are included right now? Are you doing dogs, cats, birds,
Yes.
ferrets? You know,
Yes. Yes. So the majority of the pets on our site are dogs. It's like 90-something% are dogs. We have a lot of cats, but we are equal opportunity pet parents. So we have tortoises. In fact, we have a frequent flyer named Bowser that's been found multiple times with our system. We have horses, we have goats, pigs. We even have rats, by the way. There are some therapy rats that go into schools that wear little harnesses, and their pet partners is one of our folks that uses our tags, and pet partner tags are on those little ratties as they go into grade schools. It's awesome. So we don't care what the pet is.
Oh, I love that. So how do you choose your partners and resources you provide on the site?
That's a great question. That's actually really important to us, that these are curated partners, and the recommendations that we are making for the pet parents on our site are the products and services that we would use ourselves. We have a rigorous criteria that all partners have to go through. And then once they've gone through that, then we do initial campaigns where we can test things out and see how they're resonating with our customers, and then we build those relationships from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly, for that question. Could this app potentially be part of the microchip info on our pets, or how do you tie into existing systems?
Right, that's a great question too. So microchips only can hold a small bit of information on that rice size RFID chip that's implanted in the pets. That being said, we are working right now on partnerships where we're helping to link those databases together. And on pethub.com right now, you can have a wealth of information about your pet. You can have your microchip number on there, your rabies tag number, your license tag number, all sorts of different things can go on there. So we're working right now on integrations across the industry to help take all that information and put it into one place.
Awesome. Thank you. Great. We have time for just maybe one, maybe two questions if they're quick. So if you have a question for Lorien, go ahead and put it in the chat. Lorien, do you work with the Humane Society or other potential rescue organizations?
We absolutely do. So one of the main ways that tags get onto pets across the United States is through our partners and clients. We have to call them clients. And we have over 80 client partnerships with humane societies, government animal shelters, as well as cities and counties and large veterinarians that distribute our tags as either a pet license or a rabies tag. Plus we have dozens of partners that are rescues, smaller shelters that also use our tags as adoption tags. And by the way, the other big thing that we do with Humane Society is we give 10% of our profits back to those nonprofit animal welfare clients that we work with.
Awesome. Well, Glenn Block thinks it's a cool idea, so you're on the right road. What's your big vision here?
The big vision is, at the end of the day, Pet Hub is synonymous with where do I go to find things for my pet? Where do I go to take care of my pet? We are a centralized platform to put everything for your pet's life so that your pet is the center of your life, and Pet Hub is there to be the center with you. So imagine being able to take all that information you have on your pet and quickly connect to any product, app, service that you might need. If you need to learn about something new and want to discover the new best practices that are out there, Pet Hub is where you can go. That's what we're building.
Oh, that's great. It looks like we have some love in the chat for it. So,
well, thank you.
Love what you're doing. Great pitch. Way to go last. Going first is not easy.
Yeah, everybody else got to get out the key.
I hope that you can take a second, pet all of your adorable animals while the audience gets to voting. That's right. It is your turn, audience. Thank you, Lorien. Great work there. So now it is up to you, the audience. Our community gets to decide who we think gets to take home the Founders Live Prize and bragging rights for this month. So go ahead, point your phone camera at the QR code or the link to vote. Still voting at founderslive.com. It is right below the YouTube video, so if you scroll down, you should be able to find that. We will take about 5 minutes for voting. Make sure to get your voting in. Scan it with your phone camera and pick who you think deserves to represent Seattle at our future potential primetime times or anything else. While you guys are voting, who should we get in here? I feel like we're missing someone important and special. Is it Nick Hughes?
What's
up? Look at us in person, guys.
All right. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Hey, look, this has just been it's sometimes a bumpy road with, look, and just to explain some things that we're doing, everyone, we are working on our hybrid experience where we have cameras here. If you can see what Amelia and I are looking at right here, we've got various cameras and things, and then we're clearly streaming it, and all of our presenters are.
I see 7 devices.
7 devices here, and then everyone else is remote, and you're all remote. So we are testing out and trying things so that we can perfect this going into the next year, right? And when we go into 2021, or 2022, we're already there. I want to talk to you about what we want to do, which is we're clearly going to be holding these events, and we're going to go into the hybrid model where, hey, some of you just want to stay at home, you want to have a drink on your couch and watch this event, awesome. And then some of you want to get back into in-person, be here with us. We're here at the collective. So we need to make sure that we can put on the best event possible, give you a viewing experience that's high quality, and at the same time, record something in person. So that's what we're working on. Some of the things are working tonight, some of the things are not. But Amelia, what do you imagine? Let's talk about 2022 real quick. What do you want to see happen as we go into next year and we do start coming back into person?
Yeah, I really want to make it an opportunity so the people, if you are at home, maybe you have kids who can't be vaccinated, and you can fully participate, right? We have the questions being pulled up, you can tune in. The thing that we're experimenting with is how do we get that in person as well? We have a few of us in the studio now. We're hoping that at some point we can get the people who do want to be in person, for the before party, the after party. We are doing a hybrid after party. Come see us down at Sam's Tavern about 8:30. If you guys are in the Seattle area, come down, have a drink with us. If you guys are at home, we're going to be on Kumo Space for the next, half hour-ish. So make sure you check us out on there. I really want to get to the point where we can make this an awesome experience for everyone and the way to participate. And for the last 3 or 4 months, Founders Live Seattle has been a different modality every time. This month we're kind of blended. Last month we were all online. Before that we were mostly in person. So we're going to continue to evolve, and that's one thing I love about this community is just the willingness to experiment and have fun.
And that's what I was saying. I was talking with Amelia earlier before the event started, and I was really just describing that we are. If there's one thing that Founders Live is we're experimenting, we're innovative, and we are going to find the right combination for this event for all the cities around the world. And I know there's a lot of people that are not just in Seattle here. I saw some people from Indonesia, which, hey everyone from Indonesia, it's so great. Good to see you here. And, we're making sure that we find that model that works for not just one city, but all the cities around the world. And we'll figure it out. But we're testing out, we're experimenting, and, sometimes those things work and sometimes they don't.
And if you guys have ideas or new platforms or things on the horizon that you're seeing, let us know. Nick and I are always trying to be innovative and figure out what's the next best platform, what's the new way to put things together in a creative way. So reach out to us, let us know.
And it smells like beer in here.
Pick up Julia's book. Thank you, Julie, for being here with us today. It is so exciting to get to be able to have an interview in person.
It was so exciting. And have a drink in person.
And have a drink in person. Like I said, the collective margaritas are on point.
Delish. Seriously, like scratch. It's amazing. And you can get some in Kumo Space. And I do not drink them in real life as fast as you drink them in Kumo Space.
I do.
Oh my!
But it's really fun. The Kumo Space, you can go in.
Okay.
It's like a virtual
Join us
party
in
that's
Kumo
fun.
Space. I'm gonna go log in there in a second. It was really fun to watch the pitches from everybody. Congratulations on getting through all those tech issues, boys. And I did post on LinkedIn a picture of this scene here. I'm hoping that maybe these guys can actually share the picture because it is pretty amazing to see what this all is here. Does that mean
Oh
we
my
have
gosh.
a winner?
I think we do. Are you guys ready? Should we do 1, 2, 3. Home Glitz, Ari, it is you. Congratulations. I feel like you might even be pitching from
Home.
at the collective.
Hone is not in the.
Hone is not in the backstage. Okay, Hone, Ari, you have about 30 seconds to come get on stream. No, we're just kidding.
Otherwise, we'll just cheers you here.
Yeah,
Where's your drink?
I drank it
You
like I
drank
do in Kumo Space,
Kumo
which
Space.
is very quickly. It's fine. No, but Hone Blends is such a cool company. I love the way that they're thinking about what do customers really want and need in that morning. I am a coffee addict, self-declared. But recently I found that it's giving me some anxiety or there's some things around that. And so I'm like, this is the kind of thing that I want to try, but I'm a little worried to try it. Like supplements off the internet. But luckily we have Ari here. Down there too. Ari, congratulations.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the friends and family who voted. It was this was super fun. Definitely an exhilarating day and a fun experience. Thank you, Founders Live, for putting this on. We really appreciate everything.
Congrats, Ari. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling great. Honestly, feel really supported. It's great to feel the support from our community, like our friends and family. So yeah, it's definitely a great day.
What's next? Nice. So what's next for Home?
So I mean, we're going to continue grinding. We have a contract manufacturer that we're working out our new agreements with. So we're going to be launching our new branding here soon. So we're going to be doing a launch party the middle of October. And we have some really cool stuff in store for all of you.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations, Ari. I know you got some good people behind you. Papa Randy looking out. I know that that's the truth for you. So congratulations and great work. Great job pitching. And I hope when we're in person, you can bring some samples for us because I'm dying to check it out.
Absolutely. Ari, you want to get in
So,
here?
Ari, make sure you tune in on Kumo Space. Hey!
Hi. So, by the way, I'm Ari.
Really fun after
This
party
is
virtually,
I'm
and
Chris.
then after the after party, we're going to Sam's Tavern. Come join us in about what? 30.
The other guy's Ari, and that's Mike Boyd.
Got the wrong one.
I'm Chris.
Oh!
That's
Sorry.
okay.
Hey, hi. Great work. You guys did
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
Come join us in Kumo Space where you guys can each have your own individual
We can-
photo with your name, so I won't mess it up.
Cool.
You guys were awesome. Congratulations. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Founders Live. What a fun month. I know it's a little rocky. We're testing this out, but you guys are awesome. We love you. Thank you for showing up.
Thanks for sticking with us. Nice job.
Woo!
Good job, Amelia.
We'll
When
see-
you're in.
Come down to Sam's in about an hour. We'll see you there.
We're going on Kumo Space now, though. Get a
We'll see you in
margarita.
Kumo Space.